guess I'll speak up. We had prepared for them so well. Coach gave us a great game plan, and we knew that they live in down threes, so we just thought as they stepped up on defense and pressured their shooters, that they wouldn't have anything to do else but shoot contested shots. So we just played hard defense, and that just started our breaks, and before you knew it, the lead was up.
What about your early work against their 2-3, particularly from the elbow? You shot the cover off the ball through the game.
Practice put up 100 of those shots each person, so the game just carried over. Just down.
Seemed like you guys could not miss in the first half. Like no matter who you played, you were gonna win tonight. 17 for 29 in the first half, 3 turnovers. I mean, talk about that execution in the first half.
We did a good job. Trevor came in off the bench, and like most of his shots, all the shots when he came in, and we just we was taking our time on our feet and stuff like that. So we was pushing it on our fast break and knocking down, taking good shots and running offense. So that actually carried over to the end of this year.
And Coach, Chris Lund just said nobody was beating this team tonight. Now the way you guys are playing, was that the best basketball you've seen this last team play all year?
Well, you know what? First, I just like to take the time to, to give God the glory of it all. This whole season has just been a special season, and as far as we was concerned, we give a lot of respect to Whitman, but we were determined, man. We were determined to come here tonight and play well. That was important to us as a program. We always talk about not just winning, but how do we want to win? And I thought the guys, just followed the game plan to the T. They were self-motivated. As a coach and the coaching staff, we didn't have to do a whole lot to get these guys motivated. For anything, for our coaching staff, it was a challenge to us as well. Women has a great coaching staff. So, we were just as eager as those guys to compete on the sideline as well. So, was it our best game so far this year? I don't know if it was our best game of the year, but it sure feels like it because of the magnitude of the game that we just won today.
Coach, can you talk about the impact that Coach Robert Gore had on your team? Probably 11 on the year. Can you talk about that?
Hey, let me just say this. Rodney Gore was my coach. Rodney Gore coached me at 14 years old. I'm a part of that Potomac Valley area, the Potomac alumnus, and so, to have him on my staff was such an honor in itself. He meant so much to a lot of people, and when we found out during the season, it really hurt our kids. We watched him go through the things physically that he went through, and so we made it our business to honor this season for Coach Gore, and knowing it just feels good to be able to go out there and play hard, and as you can see on their t-shirts, what they did.
Coach, you were well ahead and had the game pretty much in hand. You kept putting the pressure on. Was that, were you trying to make a statement, or is that just the way you play, or any thoughts?
I'm so glad you asked me that. There's a lot of statements that we wanted to make this year. At some point, I talked about the chips on the shoulders that these guys had, and just going throughout the season, and always feeling as though, it just wasn't quite respected the way that we wanted to be respected. And so, a lot of times, you try as a coach, I'll use anything I can to help motivate these guys to play at a high level. And I think if anything, it was just a challenge. It was just a challenge of knowing that for our community, our school, our families, to be the first team to win a state championship, just meant so much. It didn't matter who we played. I don't think it was gonna matter who we played. It just so happened to be a very good Whitman team, and our guys was extremely focused, for the game.
Tim, talk about winning a championship in football and basketball. And were there any lessons that you learned from the first one that you were able to apply?
Hard work. From playing on that state championship football team, I knew that what it took was hard work and dedication to the team. So coming into this season, I knew right off the bat, coming straight from football into basketball, I couldn't take any days off. So hard work is probably the biggest thing that you have to do in terms of winning a championship. Hard work, teamwork, dedication, that's the base of winning a state championship.
We got a spring sport, you know, the trifecta.
I have been thinking about playing baseball. I haven't played since 8th grade. I'm thinking about playing baseball. I'm not sure.
I like to, I'm sorry for interrupting. I want to add something to that. When is the last time we've seen this? Our first team all-met football player, our possible first team all-met basketball player. I don't know if we've seen it since Lawrence Moore. I mean, you know, just to be able to see a kid, you know, who's going to NC State on a full football scholarship, play basketball the way that he does. I mean, as a coach, it's been a treat. I mean, I know as a coach that I don't know how many times that I'll be able to, you know, have moments like that. And that was so unique about my kids. I can run down so many stories for each and every last one of these kids and the hard work that they put in. This young man to my right, Jalen Sloan, what a great job he's done all season long. And nobody knows about this kid, but his story should be printed in every local newspaper to know what this kid has done, has been through and gone through to be able to get the things accomplished that he's gotten accomplished in his life. And, you know, my hat goes off to every last one of these guys that's sitting at the table as well as in that locker room.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about the impact that your seniors, Devin, it was a game I played against Duke on the regional finals, and you guys were up 4. And I seen you took a couple possessions off just digging to Devin. And it seems like Devin is all the little things. Can you just talk about his impact on the team this year?
Oh, big time. You know, Devin Moore has come a long way as well. You know, he made the commitment in the summertime to want to be better, and he put the time and the work in. And you know, my relationship with these guys is like no other. It's a special. You're looking at kids that I don't just call my players. Each and every last one of these guys has fathers. They're all like my sons. And I've only been here for 3 years. And so Mike Till he's the oldest brother. And you know, and the majority of these guys I've had for 2 years. And Trevor in his first year, they just has done a great job. And that's the way I can. Sometimes I have to dig in these guys sometimes, and it goes back to that relationship. Those guys know at the end of the day I love them, but I'm going to dig deep to get the best out of them. And, you know, we're well-rounded. You know, Devin Moore, you know, close to a double-double all season. And so every last one of these guys could probably average 15 or more points on another team. Easy. But they all chipped into the sacrifice bucket. They all gave something away from their games to make sure that we was getting it done for the betterment of the team.
Talking about that, Trevor, I seen you during the summertime, you were actually playing against Wise with Potomac. Let's talk about the commitment coming to Wise, sacrifice, and the starting role that you had at Potomac when it comes to now, you know, winning the state championship with your teammates.
Feels good, actually. Coach used to always just tell me it's not really who starts the game, it's who finishes. I just took that and ran with it and give good minutes every time I get in there, show my teammates on the bench, and the result was good today. It feels good.
Now, I mean, you guys, pretty much everyone sitting here, was sitting on the bench with about 4 minutes left in the state championship game. I mean, how much of a luxury was that to be up that comfortably that you guys weren't needed in the final 4 minutes?
It was just like a great experience. It was all hard work. Putting in the gym, these fellas every day. Playing hard right at school. I know we tired. We still go to the gym practice. It was just a great experience. Having this moment to share with all my brothers and my family. Everybody cared about me. I know they had my back already. It was just a great moment.
One or two more questions, guys, and we'll wrap it up.
Can someone please ask Jalen Sloan a question, please? Anybody?
What's it like to win a championship, Jalen?
It was good. We put a lot of work in practice. We got a personal trainer, Coach Cobb. He gets on us everywhere we go. In the gym, we can't walk nowhere. Everywhere we go, we got one. And he timed us 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Like, we use that as like fuel to the fire. Like, we just work hard and like put the effort in practice, and it shows in our results.
You coach, everyone pretty much got in tonight, I think. How valuable is that just to get every single player in minutes at a state championship game and laying the foundation for next year?
Absolutely. I mean, the guys played so great. I was just so happy that everybody had that opportunity and chance, to be able to have this experience. And we talk about it all the time. So many teams and coaches work so hard every single day and year, and some kids never have an opportunity to experience this. So we ought to be very grateful and humble about it. And so we're going to enjoy it, man. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to take the time off to enjoy it. We're going to work on these seniors and finalize their college situations and get them squared away. And I'm going to take a nice, good break. And then, we'll be back at it again. I said this before. This is my 7th year as a head coach. This is the 3rd trip to Comcast within 6 years. Once you go once, it's addicting. I mean, it's very addicting, to come back, to have that continue to have that experience. And so we have great kids in our program. We got a great junior varsity leader. And as long as we continue to stay focused, and hopefully we'll be able to come.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
You didn't bring up the